Commentary. Now this can make or break a match. In fact, most of the time it will elevate a match. A good commentator can make a wrestler, get him over. Let's take a look at the best commentators. Top 10. Number 1. Guess who? Good old JR. Should have been obvious. This guy was the voice of the Attitude Era. Has emotion. Again, if you didn't see the match and you heard JR commenting, you actually think somebody was actually getting murdered. Too many quotable moments. Good God Almighty. Slobber knocker. Broken in half. As God is my witness. JR is etched in stone as the best commentator ever. Now, he makes a couple of mistakes every now and then. But JR in his prime, the Attitude Era, is the best commentator ever. Everyone will tell you that. Number 2, you need to understand I'm a WCW guy. The WCW NWO saga was my best time in wrestling, to me. So clearly, the WCW commentary team was stacked. They were awesome. And the best heel on that commentary team, Bobby the Brain Heenan. If you know, you know. Best heel commentator ever. Awesome analogies. Watch this man call a Goldberg match. In fact, he's probably the one that got over the man that much. Watch any Goldberg match this man has called. Hell, even watch Goldberg versus La Parka. Listen to Heenan on commentary. The emotion, the passion, the excitement. Watch when Hogan turned heel. Listen to Heenan on commentary. Come on, man. He was also a good talker, a good manager. R.I.P. Bobby Heenan, best heel commentator. Point blank period. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Tony Schiavone. Again, if you know, you know. He was the lead commentator for the WCW team. Had knowledge of the wrestlers, the product, had passion, emotion. Watch this man call a Sting entrance. Watch this man call when Sting used to come down and rescue people from the rafters. Madness. The emotion, the excitement. Those times are long gone. If you were watching wrestling back then, you know. Tony Schiavone is one of the GOATs. Simple. Now you know my WCW guy, because now I've put Mike Tenay. Of course, Mike Tenay wasn't the number 1 guy here. He was brought in to tell you about the luchadors, because he knew all their history. He would tell you this is Psychosis, this is his backstory, this is Ultimo Dragon, he's won these much championships, and he would educate you on the luchadors. So he was good, and plus he went to TNA and became the voice of TNA. Here's probably a sleeper here. Mauro Ranallo, easily the best NXT commentator. I don't care what anyone says. By a mile. Showed the most emotion, most excitement. Came with punchlines ready. Him and Nigel McGuinness were the best commentators on NXT. Way better than your Beth Phoenix and all these others. In fact, he's better than everyone on Raw right now. I remember old school SmackDown. I'm gonna have to go with Taz on this one. Taz was actually good at one point. In fact, he's okay right now, but the thing is, you're getting a wrestler's perspective, and he would always go into detail on a move. Like to say, this suplex works on this part of the body, or this works on the arm. He would go into detail, giving you a different perspective. Was he the most emotional? Nope, but he was very knowledgeable on the ring work, as he should be. He's a wrestler. Had a good run on SmackDown, a good run in TNA, and now a decent run in AEW. So yeah, it's definitely better than all those other wrestlers who tried to commentate, like Jericho, CM Punk, Ricky Starks. Taz is way better than them as a commentator. Pat McAfee. Now, is he the most knowledgeable? No, but what he brings to the table is excitement, charisma. Sometimes that's all you need. The dude actually livened up SmackDown, lit a fire under Michael Cole's ass. Pat McAfee, definitely one of the best new commentators in WWE. Clearly. We gotta represent ECW here. Joey Styles was the voice of ECW. Put some respect on that man's name. Oh my god! Yeah, Joey Styles. Speaking of ECW, Paul Heyman, again, he wasn't commentating for long, but when they were doing the invasion angle, pretty good commentator. Of course, you got the gore, and him hyping up RVD matches, hyping up every ECW guy matches. He was a decent commentator. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Jerry Lawler, and let's get something straight. Jerry, the King, is not the best technical commentator, because half the time this guy's worried about puppies and other shit. But he definitely brought something to the table. He's part of the Attitude Era. Him and JR bounced off each other. He was pissing JR off all the time. Good heel commentator. Had his little jokes, his snarky remarks, punchlines. King definitely deserves some recognition. Again, technically not the best as in calling out moves, but he definitely added to the atmosphere. Honorable mentions, Nigel McGuinness. Again, wrestler's perspective on point with his descriptions. Larry Sabisco, same shit, wrestler. Go watch Goldberg versus Raven. Look at the breakdown to this match. Look at the crowd reaction. Awesome commentary. Larry Sabisco went hard. If you know, you know. Let's give Don West an honorable mention here. The second best in TNA along with Mike Tenay. Decent at times, sometimes oversold it. In case you didn't know, he took him straight to hell. It's from Don West and Mike Tenay. That was them calling Judas Messias doing a flatliner. He just drove him straight to hell. So yeah, that's from those guys. Funny but memorable at the same time. R.I.P. Don West. Let's wrap it up. Actually, let's put a couple in the terrible. All right, who's the worst commentator here? You know what? God bless her. She's an awesome presenter, interviewer, but Renee Young cannot commentate to save her life. Good grief, that was bad. Zero emotion, too monotone. I remember when Dean Ambrose, you know, when he was leaving WWE and they had him losing all his matches, he was facing Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley must have said to him, after I beat you, I'm gonna take care of your wife. And Renee Young was like, what did Bobby mean by that? With a stupid look on her face, what did Bobby mean by that? In the most calmest voice ever. Commentary is just not for her. Emotion is not there. Good presenter though. Who else is really bad? David Otunga. Wow. Dude is barely a better commentator than he is a wrestler. And that's saying much because he's one of the worst wrestlers ever. This guy, I forgot wherever his name was. Yeah, we're gonna end it there. I was only supposed to do top 10. People like a Corey Graves is kind of overrated to me. Corey Graves is barely mid. When this guy starts talking about Dexter Lumis, it's actually cringe-worthy. The guy buries his other commentators and just comes across corny as hell. So yeah, Corey Graves is mid to me. Michael Cole is mid. Michael Cole's gotten a bit better lately, but heel Michael Cole in the Mind Cole was one of the worst. Yeah, let's end it there, people. Those are my top 10. I mean, you could switch around a couple, but those top 3 are goated to me.